How's it going, you guys? I'm back here at the same place that I've been spending so much time in my running life since the pandemic, Colson Canyon. But today is something a little bit different. Last week was the very first week of the Virtual Hawaiian Running Cruise. It is put on by a group called Marathon Expeditions. And Jill and I have done lots of actual cruises with them. We've gone to Alaska 2 or 3 times, and we went to Iceland last year. Luckily, it was last year, not this year, because it was an incredible Iceland trip, and we did a lot of running with them. We met a lot of cool people along the way, but last week was a 5K. Jill and I just did that run yesterday. This week is the climbing challenge. So over the course of one entire week, you try to get as much elevation gain as possible. And that's what this video is about. I'm gonna let you follow along with me and see how it goes. And I don't know how it's gonna go. Next week I'm going up to the Sierras. So I don't want to burn out by running too much, climbing too much, because there'll be plenty of climbing in the Sierras next week. But this is the only stage 2, that I have any hope of winning. So, we'll see how it goes. But today's day 1. We are climbing up Colson Canyon. I'm going to do a 10K, or maybe I'll do more than a 10K, or maybe I'll do less than a 10K. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Let's get running. So I woke up today to what appears to be very smoky atmosphere. I mean, I live in California on the Central Coast, so maybe that's no surprise during the summertime. That has become our reality during the summertime. It's not summertime, it's fire season. So, very, very smoky in the atmosphere, especially to the east. I'm not sure exactly what is causing that, but today is the first day I've ever driven up here where they have a red flag warning. Now, most of that is probably due to the excessive heat we will be getting today, well over 100 degrees, no doubt. And then obviously that contributes to fire weather, fire conditions that are conducive to fire. So, and this place hasn't burned in a while, so could easily happen. I can smell the smoke in the air right now, though. It is a little bit worse than normal, but the air quality is still not supposed to be that bad. But these are the things we need to deal with. No hurricanes or anything like that here, but fire season, yep. So keep running. Well, you guys, the bugs today are really, really bad. Bug cycles go in waves. You can come up here or anywhere one week and there's nothing. No bugs at all, no problem. Next week might be filled with mosquitoes. 2 weeks from then, it's filled with these big black flies. Next week, there's nothing. So it's kind of crazy. I was just up here 3 days ago. Not too bad at all. Today, it's like black fly season. I've already been bitten at least once, probably more. So maybe we'll keep this one a little bit shorter today. But not fun. I don't like bugs. Flying, biting bugs. Keep going. Well, it warmed up really fast up here. It's got to be over 90 degrees right now, or somewhere pretty darn close. We'll see what the temperature is at my car when I finish. My car is parked in the shade though, so we'll see. But really hot A really warm, dry wind is blowing. I should have brought some liquid today, but we're gonna get a 10K today. Let's just get back to the car. Let's finish this. I thought I'd get at least 1,000 feet of elevation gain. I think I only got about 850. A little bit disappointing, but it's only day one. We've got 6 more of these to do, so keep going. That was an extremely warm run. It got really hot near the end. I'm sweating like crazy. According to my car right now, it is 99 degrees in the shade at my car. And I have to tell you, it feels way cooler inside the car than outside. So maybe it was over 100 out there. I don't know. But day one done of the climbing challenge. 850 feet. Not super impressive, but for how hot it was today, I'm pretty happy with that. We got a 10K too, so on to day 2. Well, it is day 2 of this climbing challenge this week. And today, I just could not go to Colson Canyon again. Been going there so often. I like it there, I just needed a break. So today I'm at Point Sal State Beach. And it's very smoky today. Car was covered in ashes when I woke up. But we're climbing again, at least for now. So got a nice orange sun there to keep me company on this climb. Let's go. Well, one thing is good about today. Oh, lots of things are good about today, but one specific thing is it is a lot cooler today than it was yesterday. Yesterday was over 100 degrees when I finished my run. Today it is like 58 degrees here right now. And it will definitely get warmer, but I'm ahead of the curve today, so that's great. Hard to wake up today. Wasn't really sure I was going to get out, but here I am. Well, that is it for the climbing for today. A mere 571 feet, but I can't overdo it this week, so I'm trying to balance that. We'll get about a 5K at the end, but I'm pretty happy with 500, almost 600 extra feet. Also, I'm heading out after work today with my wife, and we're gonna do some more climbing, so it's fine, it's good. Let's get going. Okay, well, we got in another 3.66 miles and almost 600 feet of elevation gain. Just a tip to people out there, if you're going to go out and film, make sure you have an SD card in the camera. That helps a little bit. So, also, the smoke has gotten a bit worse. I couldn't smell it at the beginning of the run, but down here at the bottom, it smells like a campfire everywhere. So, I'm gonna need to start checking the air quality index around here before running. So, summertime in California. All right, on to the next one. Well, it is day 3 of the climbing challenge this week, and this will be my 4th run. I did not film it, but last night my wife and I went out and did some hill repeats on some local trails. She is doing the climbing challenge as well. That was really fun. But today I'm back at Colson Canyon again, and it is 30 degrees or so lower temperature than it was last time I was here. Last time I was here was more than 100 degrees. And right now it's 70 degrees. So that's great. But today the smoke really moved in from the California wildfires. probably specifically the Creek Fire, which is out near Fresno. But on the bright side, the air quality is actually not too bad. So most of the smoke just must be very high in the atmosphere, because it wasn't that bad. It was just very dark today, but the air quality was good. So, but the bad news, air quality is so bad up near Fresno and near Yosemite, where I was going to go next week, that I canceled my Yosemite trip. But the good news is that means I get to push it harder on this climbing challenge this week. So I don't need to worry about climbing 10,000 feet in 3 days next week. I don't need to climb at all next week if I don't want to. So we're going to push it a little bit harder this week during this climbing challenge. I don't need to balance anything. So today at Colson Canyon, I'm just going to do some hill repeats here. I think it'll be pretty fun. Just going to do as many as I want and go home. So let's get going. So we're heading down for a second time. I've climbed this thing twice. I think I'm going to do it at least one more time. But I'm just realizing I don't really have a whole lot of interesting scenery to show you up here today. So, yeah, I mean, if you've seen some of my past videos, you've probably already seen the best of the scenery that there is to offer right here at this time of year in Central Coast, California. So... But hey, we're doing a climbing challenge here, so we'll keep going. Okay, I just finished the third climb, heading down for the third downhill, and I've got 822 vertical feet at the moment. So I'm just going to make this an even 1,000 and do it one more time. Get 4 climbs up this hill. So let's try not to trip on the way down though. Okay, I am done with the run. I got about a little over 5 miles, 5.25, and like 1,100 feet of climbing. So I feel pretty good about that for a Wednesday evening. It's almost dark. I'm sorry I didn't get to see any cool wildlife today, but it's like feast or famine out here. You either see a lot or you see nothing. But I think I'm taking tomorrow off from any climbing. At least I say that now, so that I can kind of relax. And Friday night after work, head on up to Figueroa Mountain or Gaviota Peak and get in some good solid climbing, like 2,000 or 3,000 feet of climbing. So I'm gonna take a day off tomorrow. So until the next time though. So today is the 5th day of the climbing challenge, but really my 4th day of climbing. And I plan to head up to Montana de Oro, but I had to change that because there's too much smoke. It was unhealthy level of smoke, or very unhealthy level of smoke up there. So I checked down south, and it was actually good down south, like near Figueroa Mountain and Gaviota Peak. And so now I get to Figueroa Mountain, and it's not looking too good. So I guess I'm going to head to Gaviota Peak and hope that they're not closed. Otherwise, this climbing challenge is going down the drain due to these fires. And just, you know, to give you some perspective, there's no fires for like 200 miles from here. The fires are quite a long ways away. They're just very big. But they're definitely impacting us down here in Central Coast, California. I'm very disappointed. I'm looking forward to Figueroa Mountain. It's unfortunate. Well, I ended up at Gaviota Peak. That is about the only place I can go now. It's almost dark and I'm just barely starting the run. It's really a shame that they didn't let me know that Los Padres National Forest was closed way lower down on the road before I got almost all the way up to the top of Figueroa, but oh well. It's 2020, what do you expect? So, heading up Gaviota Peak. I am still skeptical of the air quality, but I just double checked it again. Air quality is good right here at Gaviota. So that's good. But this is a steep climb, so that's what I want for the climbing challenge. So let's push on up into the dark to the top of this peak. At least once. So there are two ways to get to the top of Gaviota Peak. You could take the main road, which is like a fire road. And that's kind of generous calling it a fire road. But it's more a fire road than single track. And then there's the trespass trail, which is what I'm on right now. Starts out as a fire road, but it quickly turns to single track. My only concern is that it's almost dark and it gets a little overgrown on this trail sometimes. But it's pretty hard to get lost on this trail. I've been up here a lot of times. It's fine. So we're definitely going to Gaviota Peak at least once, but I'm almost positive we're not going twice, if you know what I mean. Just too many problems today. I guess I'll get out tomorrow. But it's a steep climb, so let's get going. Well, I should not have said that it's hard to get lost up here at Gaviota Peak, because I'm already known for getting lost, and sure enough, I know where I'm at. I just need to head back, but there was a fork in the trail and I took the wrong one, and it's just getting really overgrown, as you maybe can see by the tree in my face. Anyway, and it's really dark too. Alright, let's go. Okay, I made it to the top of Gaviota Peak. It was about 2,100 feet of climbing and about 3.65 miles. So not as much as that's a steep climb, but not as much as I was hoping for tonight. I can continue up a ridgeline here, but I have to tell you, I'm a little burnt out at the moment, so I might just run down, and it's a little disappointing that it'll only be just over a 10K, but I don't know. It's hard to get out on a Friday night after a full day of work, especially knowing that I could be, at home relaxing. But 2,100 feet is respectable too. So I think I'm going to head down after my eyes adjust back to the dark. It is day 6, run 6, and of the climbing challenge week, and I have very little time to run right now. In fact, I probably wasn't going to have any time to run today at all, except I found a little window because I use other services to take care of jobs I need to get done on a weekend, or at least that's what I did this time. Sometimes you need to pay to get your run in, I guess, Sorry, the road is a little rough right now, but I've got about 45 minutes to, maybe less actually, to get in as much climbing as I can. So
we're heading up to Colson Canyon once again. We went up to Gaviota Peak last night, and I got a decent amount of climbing, but it was a short run, only about a 10K. So we're only going to get maybe a couple miles right now, but a couple miles is better than nothing. So let's get to the start point and get going.
Okay, so I got onto the trail. I only have about 45 minutes today, so not very long, but it's better than nothing, and it would be nothing if I don't get this in right now. But sometimes I do get the sense that I put a little bit too much into getting to my runs. You know, like if you drive 2 hours for a 45-minute run, is that actually worth it? I don't know. It is to me, obviously, because I do it, but it's a little bit warm today. The air quality is not great. It is moderate to unhealthy, but I will not be out here for very long, so let's get running. Let's get to the climb. So we're at the beginning of the big climb here. Right now, on the Strava leaderboards for this climbing challenge, I'm in first place, but don't ever let that deceive you, because there's a number of factors that can come into play here. One, sometimes people don't load their runs until like the end of the week, and all of a sudden somebody jumps to the top of the list. Secondly, not all people use Strava to track their runs. They use other services, so there could be somebody who's got 10,000 plus feet of climbing this week, and I don't even know about it. But it's still really fun to just challenge yourself. I've gotten out for a lot more runs this week, and that's great. A lot more climbing, obviously, but it's just great to have a reason to get out, especially right now during the pandemic. It's good to have a reason to get out of the house and into areas, you know, where you climb. There's usually not a lot of people because most people don't want to climb hills. So it's just a all-around good thing. It's healthy, maybe not during wildfires, but you gotta balance that, which is what we did yesterday. So I need my breath to climb this hill, though. I'm already breathing heavily here. Let's keep going. And it's hot. Jeez. Okay. 14 minutes down and 300 feet of climbing already. I think I'm making the most of my time, my limited time today. Let's go down and do another climb. Okay, I am at about 530 feet of climbing, and I'm out of time. So 530 feet is better than 0 feet. So, but I need to run down this hill as fast as I can to get back to my car for my next obligation. Balancing family, business, work, obligations, and running can sometimes be very tricky, and you sometimes have to be creative. Okay, we're done. My heart rate is going through the roof. Just for those of you that take running a little bit seriously, heart rate training is so useful because I know today my heart rate is way up. Last night my heart rate was way up. And that shows that my training is way up, like more than normal. And my body's trying to recuperate from that. But I keep pushing it. But there's a limit to that. And that's why it's good to know what your average heart rates are. So we're done. We've got not many miles, like just over 2 miles, I think. And about 550 feet of climbing. Hey, that's better than nothing. Got one more day left of this challenge, so I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. We'll find out. See you tomorrow. Today's the last day of the running challenge. Day 7, run 7. I may have misspoke about the number of runs or the number of days in the past, so don't do the math on that. Today is definitely day 7. Today is definitely run number 7. And I'm back at the same place I was yesterday. I feel a little bit bad about that. I understand that going to the same place every day might not make for the most interesting video, but there's some challenges with that this week because of the fires. Los Padres National Forest is being closed. I actually intended to do a different trail up the road from here, but the forest is closed, and I thought about skirting the rules and going in anyway. That's not cool though. Don't do that. So I'm not doing that. So you gotta run someplace outside of the forest, and I don't want to drive for an hour because I'm doing a run every single day. If I run every day and drive for an hour to get to my run, there's less time to run. So I'm back here at Colson Canyon. So that's fine. We're gonna get some climbing in. I feel tired today. I want to be out here, but I don't feel like pushing it. Also, later today, I'm supposed to go out and climb Gaviota Peak with my wife, which will be really fun. But that's a very steep climb, so I could take it easy. So last day of the run, let's make it worthwhile. Let's crush this challenge. Let's get going. I'll just say that I come up here all the time, and not once have I ever seen a blue horse here. Well, no surprise, the National Forest is closed at the gate here. We knew that because on this road, they actually had a sign posted at the bottom saying that the National Forest was closed. So thank you for doing that. No thanks to the people over at Figueroa Mountain, day before last, to drive 30 miles up a road first, or 20 miles. Anyway, again, really tempted to just go past, but that's not cool. I'm going to head back down the road, and we're just going to do some same thing we've been doing all week, hill repeats. But it's actually pretty nice out right now. It's, I don't know, it's nice and cool. Nobody's up here because, the forest is closed. I don't know. I'm enjoying being out here right now, so I'm not going to let this bother me. You may be wondering, what do you win if you win the Virtual Hawaiian Running Cruise Climbing Challenge? If you win, you get one of these yellow hats. Kind of like the yellow jersey for Tour de France. So you might be wondering, well, then why are you doing it if you already have one of those hats? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing this. But part of the reason might be that the Alaskan Virtual Running Cruise, I won this hat. And I won it by getting third place in the half marathon division. And I don't think they offer that on the actual running cruises. I don't think that's an option. So I feel like I didn't actually earn this hat. So this climbing challenge, I want to win it fair and square and actually deserve the yellow hat. love seeing snakes when I come up here, especially those little guys, these little racers, which I've only seen up here. I've never seen anywhere else. So very cool, but I don't like it when they're in the middle of the road. This section of the road is technically still open until you reach the Los Padres National Forest gate up the road here. So the guy could get run over. I was just trying to move him off the road a little bit. Okay, I finished the run with a little over 7 miles and just shy of 1,000 feet of climbing. So I'm going to call it for now, but a little bit later today, like I said, my wife and I are heading up Gaviota Peak, and that will be about 2,200 feet more of climbing and another 7 miles. So it's going to be kind of a big day. Hopefully we'll make it to the top. One more run. Okay, this is the last climb of the week. Day 7, climb number 8. I'm up here at Gaviota Peak, this time with Jill. And we're going to the top. So it's going to be a slow climb. This is a hard one, but I think it's going to be really fun. There's a lot of good views, and we'll actually have some daylight today, unlike on Friday where it was dark by the time I made it to the top. So keep pushing forward. So we are now at about 2.5 miles up and 1,100 feet of climbing. And now we've got less than a mile and I think another 1,100 feet of climbing in less than 1 mile. So it's very steep. So the sun will be down by the time we get done, but we do have headlamps, so we should be good. But it's going well. It's really nice out right now. So we'll keep pushing on to the top. We are very near the summit. This is the final push, the final hill of this climbing challenge this week, which has been kind of hard, just hard to find the time to climb. But I think I'm going to have about 9,000 feet, a little more than 9,000 feet at the end of this climb. And I think Jill is going to be in second place right behind me. So that is awesome. It's going to be dark soon, but we are almost at the top. It feels so good to be done with this climbing week. Okay, we made it to the top and we're on the way down. It is very dark. It was a brutal climb again, but we have, I don't know, maybe 2.5 miles to go, something like that. So I'm going to stop filming because I have this bright light in my eyes and I can't see anything right now. Okay, this is it. We only have about 100 yards to go. It's the last 100 yards of the last day of the climbing challenge. So it got a little bit brutal today, but that's what makes these things more interesting, I guess. But thanks to Jill for joining me tonight. And we'll see what happens.